Principle of math. As the note of the heaven, it opens a phoneme that lurks the numbers. In the 50 sounds, the numbers exist up to 100 without a lack. Because of it, this world begins. All is made of them. So man has the 50 sounds and the numbers subconsciously. He, fu, mi, yo, yi, mu, na, ya, koko, tu, means the beginning of the things of the gods. Every man starts the things with this example. It proves man is the child of the gods. To follow the path of a parent and take the actions is meant for child to start toward an infinity. It is an inborn nature of man. A whole number makes the numbers that have the weight of the whole numbers piled up respectively. With these numbers all the bases are made. Fractions between the whole numbers do not make the bases. They are the things to fill a gap and just represent a process. Figuratively speaking, the fractions represent such as the intervals of man's breathing between the completion of the inhaling and the exhaling. That is why the fractions throw the natural phenomenon and the providence into disorder. Everything starts from 1-1. 5-5 develops 10-10 is consisted of 1-1. Namely, when 1-1 gathers 10-10 it becomes 10-10, and when 10-10 leaps it develops to 100-100. The 100-100 is the wisdom of the gods. When 100-100 leaps it develops to 1,000,000, and 1,000,000 leaps it develops to 10,000 10,000s. Divine providence on the ground makes a preparation for the 10,000 10,000s as a note of the expression. It is the true origin of divine intelligence for this world. From the beginning up to now, everything that the gods reflect to the actual world is based on this principle of math. So the actual world looks like a world of the continual change is divinely controlled under the intent of the gods from the first. All are actualized in this world. The whole creations harmonize with this divine principle of mass. In the past, the words of Christ or the prophets described the gods' intent when they were shown before their very eyes a plotted play of the gods. Man counts one's own generation. The revolution of the universe counts from the God's creation to the sempiternal futures within a straight line of the God's intent. And this line of the God's intent is woven by the principle of math. Man must be pliantly and strongly the follower of this principle of math forever and get on the rigorous skill of the gods and go along with the God's intent. Man born with divine intent must always be able to go with it even if one still is not conscious of the providence of the decimal. For instance, since man's birth after 5 years have passed, one's spirit becomes aware of oneself in the real world, and after 10 years have passed, one knows the joy of oneself in the real world. When one reaches the age of 15, one has the strong interest in the nature, and one's spirit further makes one to be aware of oneself. When man at the age of 21 acknowledges oneself of one's spirit on the ground, namely man is ready to make a plan of one's life. Man is naturally following the principle of math. And everything in this world is following it too. Because the principle of math created in the beginning is furnished with the whole creations. Everybody is given the sounds of the words and the numbers of the wisdom. Nobody is incompetent. Originally all can harmonize and exhibit special faculties and respect one another and enjoy. If man walks the right way and not to be derailed, the exact decimal of the principle of math itself is gushing out of man. Because it is the God-man.